Well, it's a good day in Delhi. Finally, some respite from the heat. There is a lot of greenery around and we have an electric scooter with us. Now, this is the Ola S1 Pro, but this one comes with the updated Move OS 2.0 software. And well, when the Ola S1 Pro came in earlier, there were a lot of features that were missing in the scooter, and now with this update, those features have been included. Also, there were a few glitches in the scooter and its operation, but again, Ola claims those glitches have been again rectified with this update. No change overall to the dimensions, the design or the mechanicals of the scooter. It's just the software update that has brought about this change, and that's the future. In order to change the experience of vehicles, you no longer need to change the vehicle altogether. The future says it's just the software. Tune the software, tweak it, and you can have a lot of difference in terms of functionality and usage. And that's exactly what this video is going to be all about. Now, like I said earlier, well, there is no change in terms of design to the scooter, and well, that's not a bad thing at all, because the scooter still continues to look really great. It's got a futuristic and a funky design at the same time. Looks kind of cute. This color itself, well, it's not just the only color in the arsenal for Ola. The entire range gets a lot of new and vibrant colors, and these really go well with the design language of the scooter. So yes, as far as design is concerned, it indeed is a pretty cool looking and a funky scooter. Well, now let's talk about the new features in the Ola S1 Pro with the updated software. Now, earlier Ola claimed that they will have music playback, which was not there, but now with the software update you get music playback. Now that means you can simply pair your phone with the scooter using Bluetooth and you can play music, and I'll show you. Well, it's pretty simple, doesn't take too much of an effort. It's just hardly a 1 minute thing. Just pair your scooter. My phone is right now paired to the scooter, and I'll just go to my playlist. Now, moving further, let's talk about the riding modes. The S1 Pro already had riding modes, and this one continues, so you can choose between riding modes. You can see here right now we're in normal. You can toggle between sport as well as hyper, which gives you access to maximum power and reduces the range. Now you can also select an eco mode, which of course increases the range. So you can see right now the range has gone up to 115 kilometers. In normal it's 96, in sport it's 85, and in hyper it goes down to 69. So again, this is a nice functionality. You can customize the way you ride the scooter. You also get cruise control, and this again makes things good. I do not see how it makes a big difference, because as a scooter I do not see a lot of usage in terms of highways, and that's not recommended as well. But yes, if you are riding out on an empty stretch of road, you can put the cruise control to good use. So in terms of features, of course, the scooter continues to get all the features that it already had. It has a nice touchscreen. The touchscreen works well. In fact, it works well even when it's raining. It was raining earlier today in the morning, and despite the droplets on the screen, the functionality does not get compromised. Alright, now let's talk about the riding experience of the Ola S1 Pro. Now, as far as the battery goes, well, this is powered by a 3.97 kilowatt hour battery. It's a lithium ion battery, and in terms of range, well, Ola claims the range is more than a little over 180 kilometers. In real life though, based on the way we've been riding the scooter, I would say you will get a realistic range of around 120 to 130 kilometers easily. That shouldn't be a problem. Of course, you will need to use the eco and normal modes for that. But in terms of riding experience, well, it is a fairly good scooter to ride. The nice part about this is that the sound that it makes, the motor is very silent, unlike some of the other electric scooters out there. Now, in terms of acceleration too, again, the S1 Pro offers good performance. Put it in sport mode, you get great acceleration. Put it in hyper mode, and that's where you can have real good fun with this scooter. It goes off the line pretty quick and it will accelerate to 100 kilometers, and well, that's not a speed where you would like to ride a scooter, but again, it is a pretty quick scooter to ride. In terms of other dynamics, well, in terms of handling, the S1 Pro is a very good scooter and it offers good handling capabilities. You can again push the scooter well around corners and it will reward you with a lot of confidence. The tires offer good grip, the chassis has got good balance, and the brakes also work well. On that front, no problem at all. So in terms of riding experience, I would say the S1 Pro does a really good job. Now if you talk about the overall charging experience, well, you can charge this scooter using a normal outlet, using a normal plug also. It does come with your charging cable and you can store it easily under the seat. Talking of the seat itself is pretty comfortable. It's a wide seat and even for the pillion it offers good comfort. So again, from the practicality point of view for a scooter, the S1 Pro delivers well on these aspects. And in terms of features, as I already discussed, it is a pretty loaded scooter. So in terms of the riding, if you talk about the throttle, well, earlier there was some inconsistency with the throttle, but now, as of now, given the time that I have spent with the scooter, I haven't experienced any sort of those issues. So those two seem to have been rectified with the software update. So from a riding and a user's perspective, I think the S1 Pro has just gotten a little better with this update and now is more fun to ride than ever. Alright, so now it's time for the conclusion, and well, the software update has made a lot of difference to the overall experience of the S1 Pro, and that too in a positive manner. It has given it new features which make everyday riding a lot more interesting. The scooter continues to be good to ride, it looks good, it has a great set of features. Now, the one issue that continues to persist with the scooter is that of glitches. Now, the S1 Pro earlier had an issue with glitches wherein there would be things happening when you don't expect them to, and it still happens. We had a problem today with the seat release. We kept tapping on the seat release button, but it just did not open. It gave us a problem for a lot of time. And then eventually we also faced a situation where the handle bar got locked with the ignition on. The screen was on, the functions were working, but the handlebar was locked. Now, what we had to do is we got in touch with Ola support and they took us through the process of doing a hard reboot for the scooter. We did that, and after a few minutes of hard reboot, then these problems got resolved. So again, it is something that shouldn't happen. As a customer, I don't want a scooter wherein I have to go through the process of doing a hard reboot on a regular basis. It's not what I would pay money for. I want a machine that works efficiently, flawlessly, and that is an area where the S1 Pro still needs to improve. The rest of the scooter is pretty good, by the way.